Hey everyone, it's Char from Char's Fashion Nation. I'm going to try to do a quick and easy meal today. So I have a little bit of broth stock in the pot. That big cook pot comes in handy, by the way. Chicken breast, some jasmine rice. I know this is going to sound weird. A packet of ranch for the chicken. And then 2 cans of chili beans, a can of diced tomatoes, and a can of diced tomatoes with green chilies. Every time I get that, Rob usually eats the cans of tomatoes, and I'm like, those are for cooking. So anyway, I'll show you in a minute what we're putting in the pot and how. Okay, so that's one. Put that little one in there. So this is what I generally do. Wow, that's a big breasticle right there. She got a big breast. Anyway, and then that leaves this in the bag. I don't have to put that in there, honestly. I think we'll have enough meat with that. Yeah, so that leaves this for a whole other thing. So what I'm going to do is let this cook for a bit. Now I do have this open, so I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of that in there to start the cooking process. So this will also act as a thickener. Quite honestly, if I was doing this a specific way, I would use buttermilk with this and make it into a buttermilk chicken and rice, or a buttermilk chicken and biscuits with collard greens would be real good with that. Oh, I love me some collard green. And my son, he's not a fan of grits, but he might eat them if I make them. So anyway, when this is most of the way cooked, we'll come back. My son has this idea of maybe crush up some Doritos and put it in with it. We'll see, because I guess that would make kind of a nacho cheese ranch Dorito gig going on in there. But, you know, it's always good to try something, and you never know. It could come out really good. Okay, well, the chicken cooked almost all the way through, and I went ahead and flipped it, and I'll put a little bit more ranch on this. I know people have been asking for cooking videos, and sorry I haven't really been doing that. I'm trying to get, like, you know, a lot of stuff done. Sometimes life has its moments, you know, where sometimes we just have to take that little break from certain things, and it's all good. And look, there's still some in the packet. Yay. If we don't use that up, we have that for a whole other meal. Absolutely. So when this is done cooking, I will pull it, cut it, and of course, you know, I will go ahead and put the rice, the beans, and the tomatoes in, and then add the chicken back in. And when it's almost done, then I'll crush up a few of those and add some cheese. Yeah, I'm thinking shredded cheese or queso. I'm thinking shredded, that way it doesn't take away the ranch-y flavor. And it might taste like a burrito. Think about that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do before I cut up the chicken, I'm going to go ahead and add in the tomato and the rest of the can. This should be really good. Don't drain them. You can use that as your extra cooking base. Okay. That's that little bit of broth on the bottom. So that's going to help get in there, get that flavor up in there. So now I'm going to add the other cans in there, and we'll be back. Okay, so we have a little plate of Doritos to go in there. A little extra off that plate. And we might add a little more of this in there. I end up adding the whole thing. So, yeah, let me try to do that. I gotta start setting up my gimbal again on its tripod to do this hands-free. So, I'm gonna get this mixed. Okay, so another thing that I will be doing is putting some whipped cream cheese spread and some taco cheese into it. That already looks pretty good, but I feel like it needs something a little more. Maybe a bit of the Nashville seasoning, Nashville hot seasoning. I get the Nashville hot dry rub seasoning from the Aldi. Christmas food we get from Aldi, including the Doritos. Yay! So, and if you want to know, I did put some balsamic glaze in today's dinner. There is so much there. Some of this is going to go with my son for his lunch tomorrow. Okay, so this is done. Look at that. So, yeah, this is ready to be dished up, and be back to tell you how it tastes. Okay, so this is my bowl. I do have my fork over here because I scraped some of this stuff off the spoon. And yes, I am standing here temporarily. That smells so good. How does it taste to you guys? That's some good eating right there. So like I've said before, don't be afraid, my friend's a cancer patient. In case you want to know, have people criticize, but in case you want to know, you can always try something like this. Think about it. That's corn chips, corn tortilla chips. So it's corn, it's good for you. It's fiber. Then you have the rice. That's a grain. And then you have the chicken. That's a protein. The just all sorts of wonderful in here. Give you some better light, okay? So yes, there's all sorts of wonderful in here, and I changed into my pajamas because slaving over a hot stove makes you sweaty. So again, this is what it looks like. You got the tomatoes, you got those chili beans, which is more protein, by the way. You got that whipped cream cheese. All that flavor and nutrition. That's why I always say, don't be afraid to try things that you haven't tried cooking before. You know, you never know, you might actually enjoy it. But stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive, and as always, stay blessed. There's a weird Google Maps car going around. That's kind of early for them. But anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.